So here you can see that I've traced around my MDF prototype onto this acrylic. This acrylic has paper either side which is stuck on, which you can peel off afterwards. I've marked the hole I'm going to drill with a cross, and the center of the cross is the middle of the drill bit. So when we're drilling acrylic, the only difference is you need to go slower than when you drill the MDF. The reason for this is if you go too fast through the hole, it can crack the acrylic because the acrylic is a harder, more brittle material. So we turn on the drill, line it up, hold down the material nice and tight, and just very gently let the drill do the work. You will feel when the drill has gone all the way through, and you'll probably see some wood come through. So that's all the way through now. And as we can see, we've got a nice clean hole. For the year 8s who would have cut Corian last year, acrylic is very similar. It's a harder material, which means we need to go slower than with a soft material like MDF. So when you're cutting, the same techniques apply. Hold down the material with your fingertips, keep your fingers on the side or behind the blade, and just go a lot slower, especially on the corners. Because this is a harder material, if you go too fast on a corner, it will actually just bend or break the blade. So I'll show you an example. So you may have picked up on the video that when I was pushing harder, the scroll saw made a louder noise. So do not push too hard. Make sure you've got fingertips for control. You're holding it down nice and tight, and you go slowly, cut slowly on the corners. So once we've got our shape cut out and our holes been drilled, we can peel off this paper, which reveals a nice shiny smooth side. If you wanted to, you could just leave the paper on and do your shaping, your final smoothing first. That way, if you slip, you're not going to scratch the nice smooth surface of the acrylic. So here I've just got a half round file, and there's lots of different shapes of files, round ones, flat ones, and you can use a file to get this surface nice and smooth. Also, if you have any sharp edges, you can round them off. You can put the file on a desk, you can scrape it this way. And you'll notice that the material comes off quite fast. So file this down. If you wanted to, you could get some fine grade sandpaper, 240 grit perhaps, and get it nice and smooth. Then we can peel off our paper. Sometimes it comes off easily, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to be persistent. So the final thing we need to do is to get our key ring on our key tag. Now the easiest way to do this is to get your nail, you don't have to have long nails, just get your nail into the gap there, just open it up slightly, and then if we can, just put it across there, and then we just turn it and gently feed it through. So we've got our key ring onto our key tag. You can give it an evaluation. What could be improved? How could you improve it? What would you change? If you did this project all over again, what would you do differently? And answer these questions honestly, because this is a really important part of the design process.